Hello, gracious, grace-filled, grateful people. Welcome to Grace Fills. This is my first YouTube episode, and what a way to start in a room without a bed, in a bedroom without a bed. Anyway, I am going to be talking about the experience of being deceived or tricked or conned or duped or shortchanged, or in Bisaya, it's the experience of being nailad, or in Tagalog, naloko. So if you have ever felt that you have been deceived, well, there's a divine message for you here. I actually prayed for my first episode, asked for guidance, and divinely, surprisingly, strangely, it came through a dream. So here is my dream with a title. It's not me, it's you. I made a title for the dream. So what was the dream about? I was in a room full of people watching a show. It was a magic show. And it was fully packed. So I was just standing there by the door next to this guy who was with his girlfriend. The magician on stage is not just a magician. He's like a healer with superpowers, wonder workers, calling some people from the audience to perform his tricks on, or healing, or whatever. And then suddenly he called this guy right next to me to come up on stage. And his girlfriend was like, he was reluctant, and then his girlfriend pushed him and said, let's go, I'll go with you. So he was on stage, and the magician announced the trick that he was going to be performing on the guy. And he said, I am going to cut a chunk of this guy's hair and put it back. And the audience was, applauding him. And he cut his hair, waved it in front of the audience, and then the guy was touching it. It was really his hair. And laid it on the floor. And the camera was zoomed. Camera or dream or whatever, anyway. And he tried to put it back on the head of that guy, and the trick didn't work. So he whispered to himself, oh my God, what's going on? And so the guy went berserk and mad that he ran after the magician around the auditorium, and when he caught up on him, beat him, and then everybody was just screaming, yelling, booing the guy, and then cheering on the magician. And the magician yelled, stop! All my tricks work on these people, but why not on you? So he said the word, it's not me, it's not me, it's not my fault, it's you. And then the people were applauding, and the guy just stood there. And as I was witnessing the scene, an insight came to me right there on that dream. The word said, believe, because the guy did not believe. And I woke up. So what is the insight from my dream? There are 3 L's that I want to share with you that I have learned from this divine message. First is what we have lost. We lose something, probably our mind, because we've been deceived, we've been conned, and we broke our hearts. So that's loss. Number 2 is what we have learned from that loss. Number 3 is life. How are you living life right now? What's your life right now after that loss, after that learning, if you have really learned? So first, let's look at the magician and that guy. Online, we are either buyers or sellers of ideas, tricks and tips, right? So magician tricks, how to lose your tummy in 3 hours, or tummy fat, not tummy, how to look like you're 20 years old in your 90s, or earn millions while sleeping. There are a lot of tricks and tips online, and we buy into these ideas. Sometimes we literally pay for them, business deals or whatever. And then what do we after we buy into them, what do we do? That's choice. What do we do? Do we just sleep and let it work? And then after that it doesn't work, we complain to the company that this certain soap didn't really make my face smooth. And then do we go run after the seller and beat him like that guy, what he did to the magician? And if we are the seller, what do we do? The magician stood up and said, all my tricks worked on these people. It didn't work on you, so it's not my fault. It's your fault. Can we be that? Are we that kind of magicians? Do we know our worth? So I think that's the first now. What we have lost, it's gone. And that's choice. What are you going to do about that loss? So next is learning. What's your belief? My father used to sermon me after his sermon in church, because he was a pastor. He would sermon me, and this is what he kept on repeating. There are 2 kinds of people in this world. One is a deceiver and one is a deceived. In Bisaya, Naiduha ra ka klase nga tao diri sa kalibutan, ang isa ang mangingilad, ug ang isa magpailad or katong mga nailad. And I was so, because I was stubborn, I was used to be a hard-headed and strong-willed daughter. I'd tell him, so ikaw, which one are you? He just kept quiet. That was really bad of me to do that. But I think what he really meant was, from the book of Proverbs, there are two types of people, the wise and the foolish. And we know that wise men are always, put together, composed, ever allowing, forgiving, peaceful, joyful, loving, faithful. These are qualities of the wise, not just in Proverbs, but in all those ancient sacred texts. And the foolish, well, social media tells us how we react, well, I don't want to talk about the foolish man. So which one are you? What's your belief? In your learning, or in your experience, from what you have lost, are you the wise man or the foolish man? And the third is, how are you living life right now? How are we living life right now? I have lost too many things. I have lost my mind. I have broken my heart. I have been deceived several times in the past. And it doesn't really matter now. Blessings is overflowing. And if you think of the dream, the hair grows. Diba? He can just say, okay, he's not a good magician, but my hair will grow anyway. Why waste time beating him and getting myself hurt or embarrassed in public, and then eventually my hair will just grow back. And hair is a symbol of strength. You can always regain your strength by rest. You can always earn that money back. Where are you going to spend your energy? Blaming others or trying to earn your money back and just being grateful and then looking at what you have right now. So looking at what you have now, your blessing, makes you, well, I don't know, but it made me forget all that I have lost, because what we have gained is nothing compared to what we have lost. And I think the last message from that, like, you cannot really fully live a good life right now if you haven't learned to forgive. So there is really power in forgiveness. It makes you the bigger person. So you don't just forgive because you look good. No, because you feel good. And it's going to give us, I believe, a better life when we have forgiveness in our hearts. Because who are we not to forgive? We are also forgiven. I mean, for me personally, I have made a lot of mistakes in the past. I've hurt a lot of people. And probably they're watching right now. Made fun of them, bullied them. And then now that I am felt the mercy of God and His forgiveness, I ask myself, who am I not to forgive? And this is life. We don't waste it. We look at what we have lost is gone. What we have learned is precious. It makes us also precious. And what the life that we are living is the only life that matters, and that life is right now and here. Good day, this is Grace, spilling you love and light and everything wonderful. Hope you're blessed. Ciao. What's up again, gracious, grace-filled, grateful people? I hope you liked the video and learned something from it. I hope it has brought warm, fuzzy feelings, joy, love, hope, whatever positive and good emotions. And if you do like the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell there down below this video. And drop me a message, comment, and you can ask any questions. I'd be willing to answer them, anything under the sun. I'm wife, I'm mother, I'm friend, sister, coach, mentor, teacher, and I'm here willing to serve and provide grace, spilling, love and light, and everything wonderful. Bye.